The Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game has been speculated by many for mainly the fact that there's no video of it at all.
There's footage of every other sporting event! Every other milestone, there's footage of these things! But for some reason, Wilt's 100-point game, the footage doesn't exist! That's my concern, bro!
Until a few days ago, where the supposed 100-point game footage had resurfaced. People all over Twitter, Instagram and TikTok reposting and sharing this, even overtime. But is this video real? If you're smart and took a closer look at the video, you can see that these free throws have been reused. And not only that, if you looked even closer, you would find that in the video, Wilt is wearing a San Francisco Warriors jersey. Mind you, when Wilt actually scored 100 points, he was in Philadelphia. But if you're even smarter, you would just search it up on YouTube and find that Wilt Chamberlain Archive, the guy who actually made the video, explicitly says it's not the actual 100-point game footage. Although the radio broadcast is real,
the rebound, Luckenbill, back to Ruckwick, into Chamberlain.
the clips are from his 73-point game. But this shouldn't be used to prove that the 100-point game never happened. Here's all the evidence. Firstly, we have the physical box score, which I'll put on the screen here. It shows his field goals, free throws, fouls, and most importantly, his points. Secondly, as I mentioned before, there's a radio broadcast of the fourth quarter in the game up to his 100 points. Thirdly, the guy that literally had 100 points dropped on him, Daryl Imhoff, believes Wilt had 100.
Every one of his fadeaways hit up high on the board, hit the rim, thunk, fell in. He was just shooting at a phenomenal percentage.
Fourthly, if the 100-point game was not real, how come not a single fan out of the 4,000 in attendance spoke up? And finally, as this guy says, why would the NBA in the 1960s lie about a black man scoring 100? The main argument for the reason the NBA would fake the 100 points is to draw more people into the game. But in my opinion, I don't really see how it would. At that point, the NBA was barely 17 years old. The world wouldn't really know how impressive 100 points is. In the current date, as the record still stands with no one coming anywhere close to touching the record, it's a lot more impressive. Wilt was already putting up multiple 70-point games and averaged 50. Another argument people make is that Wilt couldn't have shot 28 from 32 from the line, because his career free throw percentage was 51%.
If you're aware of how Wilt Chamberlain plays basketball, this motherfucker was ass at the free throw line. There's not a shot he made 28 fucking free throws.
Well, believe it or not, despite Shaq being crowned the worst free throw shooter ever, he's had multiple 40-plus point games with 70% from the line, including a 49-point game where he shot 15 from 18 on free throws. That's 83%. I could go on and on. Just because Wilt was a below average free throw shooter doesn't mean he couldn't shoot good one game. I believe that Wilt's career is one that deserves to be celebrated, and while I understand the suspicion given towards his 100-point game, I think that a lack of video evidence should not be enough to discredit a record that's been held for over 60 years.